my scissors and my photo prints, sailing through the waves with my best friend, trading maps for pretty paper and some tape, making memories every single day.
Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to May I Scraplift You. Today we are scraplifting Cheryl Ashcraft at Watch Cheryl Scrap. This is the layout I chose. She's got a larger photo on the left, plenty of smaller photos on the right, couple of layers of paper. She's got also a kind of a shelf design going on. I'm going to stretch it to a double pager. We are also celebrating Cheryl reaching over 1,000 subscribers on her channel. She has also been on YouTube for 10 years, and she has over 1,100 videos out there. So even if you're not a digital scrapbooker, which is what Cheryl is, you can still learn tons from her videos, even, just in where to place things, how to layer them, and all that kind of stuff. And I don't necessarily mean the digital part of layering. I mean, what makes for good clusters and all that kind of stuff. So you should definitely check her out. She's super talented and such a wonderful person. So if you're not following her, I really highly recommend that you go and check her out. I am starting with these two pieces of blue paper in the background, and then I'm layering this pink over. Now she's got like a border all the way around hers. I'm just going to do a strip all the way across because I am doing a double page. I wanted them to kind of meet up in the middle. And now I'm working on that shelf that she's got under her large photo. Mine's going to go across both of the double pages. So I'm using some rub-ons from the 49 and Market Everywhere collection. These were rub-ons that were included in our kit. You can see them there in my hands. But I purchased a second kit so that I'd have plenty of stuff to play with because I know my album is going to be more than what we did on the cruise ship. And I want to be able to tie things in to match that. So I have double the amount of supplies with regard to these rub-ons. And I just decided to put them on two strips of 1/2 inch wide paper, much like a branding strip. And then I am roughing them up with my edge distressor from MK's shop, some assemblage required. And I really like the look that it's giving. I find that when the paper is kind of a thinner or narrower strip like this one is, if I kind of stand it up on my desk and then use my edge distressor over the top of it, it works better than trying to hold it because there's not really a whole lot of room to hold on to it when you're distressing otherwise. I am going to add these tickets to my shelf, and I am just distressing those as well. I apologize that I'm somewhat off camera. While I was working on this, I was at a retreat, and so while I'm doing better about getting my layout completely on screen, my hands are apparently not. So I'm just not really used to this setup, and it's taken me a little bit to get used to it. So definitely roughing those up. These are from 49 and Market. I'm not sure which collection they are. That little thing that I've got there is my desktop vacuum. He has now been named R2 Clean 2, and he is just sucking up all of the paper dander that's created by doing all of the distressing. Yeah, it's kind of, for me, a lot easier to use that than it is to clear my desk off and wipe it down. Or I do have like a drafting brush that you can clean your table with. That works as well, but then it ends up going onto the floor and you got to end up cleaning your floor later. So I found that he works great. I do have to clean him quite frequently because um, that paper dander really likes to get stuck or, you know, he doesn't get clogged. I haven't had it clogged yet, but it definitely, the fine mesh of the filtration system in them, which is very minimal to say the least, um, it definitely gets sucked into that. And so yeah, I definitely go and clean it frequently just to avoid getting any clogs. Now this paper is from Heidi Swap Set Sail. I decided to use a notebook edge punch, and I'm going to just kind of rough those up with my fingers just because there's not a really good way to rough up the edges of the notebook punch with a distress tool. The photos that I am using are more photos from Greece, and this large photo that I printed, I believe Kathy Carr took that photo. It is fantastic. I don't know where she was sitting, but man, she got some great photos. Not just where she was sitting, but the quality of whatever she's taking her photos with is just outstanding. So a lot of these photos are actually from her. I think there's a couple in there from Tina, and then maybe from somebody else. There might be one or two from somebody else. But the clarity of Kathy's photos is what really allowed me to blow that larger photo up and make it big. And I just kind of wanted to capture some of the fun and the set design, the costumes, the just the overall ambiance of the theater feel. This was a really top-notch performance of Grease, and it is definitely the stage production, not the TV movie, or the not TV movie, the movie movie. Um, and it was just fantastic. They did a great job. I was super impressed. If I had been there longer, I would have gone and seen it a second time, but time did not allow for that because there was so much going on this cruise. Besides hosting two classes with MK and Joni, Joni is our sidekick that does all of our administrative stuff, or the majority of our administrative stuff, and then of course MK is my teaching partner. And so just being able to spend time all together and then with many of the ladies that were on the cruise and doing the classes with us, that was just a really fun time. So I didn't have time to do everything. In fact, there was an entire ice skating show that I did not see. They had two ice shows going on, and I missed the last one, but that's okay. I did not feel cheated. I saw so many great things. Okay, this big grease car is from one of the ladies on the ship. I cannot remember who gave me the large one and who gave me the small one. I apologize for that. Um, and I don't recall it being written on the back. I didn't see it when I just flipped it over there, but it is fantastic. So I put the smaller one on the single page layout, and I'm using the larger one on the double page layout. Then over on the right hand side, there is an anchor there, and I believe Regina gave us that. Um, I might have to correct myself later, but I'm pretty sure that's who that's from. And it's the anchor with the twine already on it and the flower and the leaf in white. And I thought that was so beautiful that I pulled out my dies that have a similar flower and created some more white ones and decided to use those in some clusters on the opposing page. It's not the exact flower, but it is close enough and a little bit smaller so that my smaller little leaf detail works. And then I used plenty of the acetate leaves from the 49 and Market. Well, they're not from, I don't know what collection they're from. I think the blue ones are from the Ocean collection. Um, the orange ones might be from the Coral collection. I'm not really 100% sure. I don't have the packaging in front of me. But we did use these in our cruise class kits. So I have extras because, as I mentioned earlier, I purchased an extra kit so that I would have plenty of supplies. So I am using those. Really happy about that. I did have plenty of that twine from the pre-made embellishment. It was a swap that we did with many of the ladies. Not everybody participated, it wasn't required. But most of the ladies that made swaps actually made them for everybody. So that was a kind of a cool thing. But the twine was plenty long enough for me to be able to loop some around on the right hand page, and then I trimmed some off and brought it in again on the left hand page. And I thought that was really cool because I don't have twine that is identical to it. Or at least I didn't while I was at this retreat. I do have some at home, but I didn't have it at the retreat. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and just trim it off and then use some on the other side, and that will draw it together. Now, those orange things that you see there are magnets on my glass mat. They work fantastic for this purpose. So I just added a little glue to my page, and I'm looping my twine into the glue, and then I put my magnet on it, and it just kind of sucks everything down to my glass mat that's underneath, and make sure that it holds while everything is getting set up, and it's going to all stay in place. So I think that's a great feature of the glass mat. I love my glass mat. I think it's fantastic. It is from Glassboard Studio. Um, but I love the fact that I can use it in this way. It just makes it so easy rather than trying to stack a bunch of things on top. Usually I would use my acrylic block, but sometimes my acrylic blocks are in use or they don't have quite enough hold, um, given whatever it is that I'm using that I need to hold down. So the magnets do fantastic. I am just using the twine, and I am kind of bending it in half and having it peek out from underneath these flowers. And it's just adding some texture. It's not really like holding anything together or anything like that. So it's just adding some texture. Kind of looks like, maybe not twine, vines in the jungle, I'm going to go with. And that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to check out everyone playing along with May I Scraplift You and everyone playing along with the celebration hop for Cheryl reaching so many great milestones. Cheryl, thank you so much for all of the work that you do in inspiring us and in allowing us to scraplift you. I love your layouts. I'm sure you know that because I comment on them frequently, and I just think they're fantastic. So thanks for sharing and congratulations. I'll see you guys again real soon with another video. Take care and have a great day. Bye bye.